Hi, it's Military Model Paul with an update on my Trumpeter 1/350th scale HMS Dreadnought, and the kit number is 05328. They call it item number, I call it a kit number. Anyway, so that's what we're doing, and as you already know, this is just a brief introduction. I've actually done a few more things now. I've actually painted all the boats up and got those sorted. They're actually, the ones that are stacked up are actually glued in place. I use super glue because I couldn't get the actual Tamiya extra fin or fin to actually do the job, so I touched with super glue, no problem. I will be putting some sort of fake ropes around it to make them look as if they're actually being tied down. They will happen, so they're not actually glued in place, they're just sitting there on there, just to give you an impression of that. Also, the top bridge has been completed, and that's done, and all the ladders that actually go with those are actually in place as well, even on the back between the bridge and the funnel. You can see down there, which was a bit finicky. I think I should have done that first, but I still got in there easy enough, and once I got it in there, a drop of extra thin super glue runs around it into the wood, holds it in there, and then I did a bit at the top as well, and then basically touched up a little bit with the grey base colour grey, and it's done. I've put one turret onto the ship just to give you an impression it's been done, because that's been completed. So what you see there is the other four have actually been done as well. What else is there? Yep, I've got another little water break at the back of the ship, which looks the wrong way around, but that's the way it goes on the kit, and so that's it. And another very fine bit, which I will try and show you, is a little sort of raised platform near the end of the ship, rear of the ship, the stern, and basically that's got another compass on it. So there's three brass compasses, and I've done that, and it's glued in place, but it's not on the model yet. That'll be going on towards the end when I put all the extra little bits in, and I've actually got that in a little beaker that Greg kindly sent me a long time on paper tissue, just so it doesn't break anything. It's all been painted, it's all ready, it's just ready to go into situ when it's actually ready to go. So without further ado, so it go down. One more thing, thanks to Jason of models, what's it called? Have we got it over there? Yeah, model kit stuff. Yeah, I'm terrible with some of these things. Jason there for these is what he said about my ship, and really coming from a good shipbuilder, a brilliant shipbuilder I should say. That's really good news. And thanks to everyone else who's commented as well. I'm really enjoying my ships, as I said, and I've also, as Jason knows, I've actually bought the Queen Mary 2 as well, so I've got that to 1/4 scale, and I've got the platinum edition. I got it really cheap, so compared to what I've seen on other sites, so it was really good. So that's it. So anyway, that's one more ship boat I've got to do as well. So I've got more ships to do, but I'm definitely not going any further now. I've got a small monitor coming from Trumpeter 1/350th. I think it's Abercrombie, and then I've also got the actual Bismarck coming from the local model shop, and that isn't here yet, so there you go. But then that'd be my ships now, but they take ages to do those because I've got got about 8, 9 now, so that's it. Anyway, next one will be something complete back to some normal build for a little while, and then back onto the other one, Nelson, a little bit as well. So here we go then, down to the bench. Right, we're back. I'll use my paintbrush for this, and we're back with the what we're doing here. So right, so as you can see, the boats are in question have been painted up. Now what I did was to get the boats to look, the actual woodwork inside to look the same as a deck in here, and I didn't use what come with the actual decking kit, is I used, where is it, Vallejo's German orange ochre basic colour, that one there, and I painted it the base colour, and it was too dark, and then I thinned it down with sky grey, and kept doing it, and then I painted it again, and I got it looking a little bit lighter, and then, so really it's had three layers, and then I eventually got to the colour I like now, which is there, so it looks a little bit more like the deck of the ship, and I'm pleased with that. And then I touched up all the way around. I've got to put some clear crystal clear in all the windows of the actual cabin cruisers, I like to call them, because they need that to give them a bit of more definition, and then they'll be done. Now I've actually glued these three together and those two together, and I've got 2 more boats left over, and to be quite honest, I may or may not put them on there. I'm quite happy with the amount of boats that I've got on there. Some of them actually went out as use and never come back to the ship before it sailed, so that's what I'm going to say anyway. You can see the turrets over there. If I just turn it around now, so if I zoom in a little bit, you might be able to see a little bit more. Whoops. bit of a fast one there. So I don't know if you can see the steps down between the funnel and the bed. They're in place there. I've also got the steps coming down from the top bridge to the bottom bit. They're down there as well, so that's good. And if you look at the actual turrets, I've got all this. This one's painted up completely, and I hand painted it apart from the basic base colour using Vallejo colours. And what colour did I use for the? I used dark blue grey, Vallejo dark blue grey. There it is, dark blue grey for the tops of the guns. And brushed that on by hand, thinned it down a little bit with the old water, because that's all you need to do, and took me time and done it, and to be honest, it looks nice. And masking that up with all those bits of PE on it would have been dodgy, because you even got the PE at the front of the I don't even just about see the wiring there. I don't know, I might be able to go a bit closer. Come round. Yep, you can see that. You can see on the front of the turret there, you can see the handrails going up. Very thin and spindly, but they're there, and that's good. That's why the turret's not, the others are not being put on there, because that's going to go back in the pot with the ones I've got. So I'll come back. Go back out again. A bit more. There you go. And I'll bring that back into the sort of middle of the picture. Right. Also, what have I also done now? Oh yeah, I had to make, because we've got the boom. Here's the boom. If I do that there, there's the boom. It goes up across from down there. Whoops, is that the right way around? No, that's the way. Goes on down there and comes across and hangs up here. Now, if I just glue that in place, all that would have done is just sit there looking at locker rod, and how would it ever be held in place? So I had to think about it. In the kit, there's none of these what they call them, like what they used to do wooden ships was wooden blocks. These are actually these pulleys. Yeah, these pulleys here, and I made them out of plastic card. The pulley one there, and I put one there, and I've got another spare one. And just to show how small they was made up of, these are what I did. And there's one there, you can just see there. There you can see that's the one I've made. That's a spare one, and it goes in it. But it is got a pulley. So when I put the actual rigging on, that'll go into the pulley area inside of it. So I've got a spare. Now this was used by this cutter, and I'll just show you this here. I've got this from Hystrix, and I've had it for a while now. And I've got another one that does bolts. But that there. And I use the if I undo that to make it. That's good, are they? I use the 2 and the 1.4. I'll show you the actual what it is, and then you can see what I mean. That's what I was saying. And here she is. And I use the 2 and the 1.4 to make the middle of circle. So, and then I glued them together, and then I cut some thin plastic to make them into the actual holders, the actual framework of the actual pulley. And that's what I've done. And I just want to play with a gavel, I've got one. Anyway, so that's what I've got, and I've got the same one but does bolts as well. But obviously on a ship you don't normally need bolts, but on an armoured vehicle you do. So that's what I use for that. And also, and I thought I'd show you this now. And I've got 2 in place that I made. Now this is going to be a little bit. I might be able to show you that. That's it. If I do it that way, there it is. You can see that it's even got the steps on it. You can see the steps the other side. There you go. Yeah, you can see even better. So it's been sprayed up and everything. It's all ready to go. And to go on right on the stern, it goes right. Let's get back over here. Right on the back end, just here. It goes on this. So I'm not going to put it on. So I put it in there nice on Greg's case, as I little call it. And that's basically sorted that out. I've put other bits and pieces inside, obviously, when you're going round. I'm quite happy. We've got to do some rigging on this later on, and obviously further to go. But I think I did change the top of these lookout points to the same as the actual barrel ones. And I thought it just looks nice, so, and that's what I went for it. And it could be the same sort of canvas they use because it is meant to be weatherproof. So there you go. So there's the actual bit that goes up there, but we can see what I mean now. What I'm going to do, I've got one more thing to do, sorry, is I'm going to try and put some sort of box down below here, because where the actual cable will come out of, like on a pulley there. You won't see it much, but it'll be down there. I'll make a box and then the cable coming out of it, and it'll go up to the top, not going through this pulley, going up to the top there and going down, and then another one from that comes across. So I'm looking at the drawings I've seen, so it's going to be fiddly, but at least it will have some sort of support. It won't just be hanging in midair like it looks like what it could do if I just put that in place. And I'm definitely got to do the same with the Nelson, because that's got obviously a bigger kit, so it's a little bit what I think slightly simpler to do. So everything's going really well. I'm quite happy. I've got my extra PE on the back here. I think I've showed that last time actually. So yeah, pleased with the build. So what I'm going to do now is come out of this, have a little quick discussion like I did last time, and then we'll call that this update number 3, I think it is, or 4, 1 or 2, but I can find out when I do my next. I think it's 4. So as you can see, she's coming along nicely. All the extra bits are on the bridge. Oh yeah, the searchlights are on the bridge, on the outer wings as it is. The 1980 version doesn't have these wings, so it looks like it might be a bit easier to do. I'm not sure. So I'm still not sure whether to put tissue around all my handrails to simulate the actual cloth that's in some of the photographs, and in the 3D book as well. I'm not sure. And then, but I will put some life bells on the front, 2 on it, 1 on either side when they come, because it's got them in the drawing, and I've seen it on the ship's a picture of a photograph of the ship. It actually looks like it's got them as well. So there you go. Look, it's been a fun so far, and I'm still enjoying it. That's the main thing. And knowing I've got another ship of this same ship in its last configuration, that's going to be quite interesting as well. Right, so there you go. That's how far we got. I've got a bit of white coming through there, but I've got to touch up where I've rubbed it a few times. But that's okay. It's a simple job. Right, thank you very much for watching this little clip. And now I'm going to come back in a couple of minutes, and then we'll call it a day. Catch you in a minute, or a few seconds, I should say. Right, we're back. Here we go then. So basically this is the third part, but it's only going to be a very short bit. One thing I have got that I want to build, I did have the Yamamoto turret, and I basically sold that on, decided it was quite big, but I decided I didn't want that one. And as I got the bismuth coming, I thought myself it's nice to have something a big gun, and something that's going to be like a little side build if I want to do one, or a quick build. Anyway, it should be a quick build, but you never know, do you? Anyway, and this is the one. This is the turret. Oops, let's get this right. There we go. This is a TACOM turret, and it's 1/72 scale, so it's going to be quite large. And there is quite a few people built this on YouTube, so that's quite a good thing. And I've actually seen the part of it, so there you go. And it's I've got this from the local model shop, so not far away, and it's a really nice looking kit. And just goes to give you a shout the size of it. There's the turret. That's the turret area. So it's quite a big thing. So it'd be a nice little side display. And the reason I like this one over the Yamamoto one is because there's so much more detail around the edges of the turret, the base, because it's the raised one. It's a Bruno tunnel, the second one from the bow. So it's one of the ones, and it's raised, so it's got all that area raised detail as well. So it's going to be really nice. So, and I think you'll. Oops, let's put up, get this in, put that back where it should be, over there. And now I can do this, and I can just show you the side of the box. I'm looking over there because that's where the screen is. There you go. It's got all that detail below the turret, whereas the other one's got the turret flat to the deck, and it's good. But this has got the extra detail. It looks nice. So, some of the future now, I'll put it up here out the way. That's it, good, out the way. Right then, so that's really the end of it. Just to say thank you for watching this web video, and as I said, all those people that are out there building these beautiful models, I do go to different sites. You've got quite a few, and on my next video I'm going to write a few names down as well, so people that I like. But obviously Jason from Model Kit Stuff is one I've been watching him a few times. I don't always comment because sometimes you just watch and listen, but I do a thumbs up if I remember. So, but I have been watching quite a few of his videos recently as well, and I always every day watch Ron Calvary building his 1/200 scale ships. Really great modeler he is, and he's an old gent, the same as me. Well, he's a little bit older than me, perhaps, but obviously an old gent, and he just likes modelling. It's fun, and that's what it's meant to be, fun. As soon as it stops becoming fun, it becomes no longer a nice hobby. It's like if you're building, I suppose if you're building the hobby models for other people, it can become a bit tedious because obviously you're doing it and then you got a time limit to build it in, where as you know, we just go jog along and build it as and when we want to. I still do a lot of building, but sometimes there are days when I can't do so much. Right then, anyway, so thank you very much for watching this, and keep on modelling, and happy modelling as well. Till the next time.